come along, huh? But where is she then? Where is she? Where's that little sister of mine, huh?
Mother is resting.
You know, we really ought to cut down the vegetation out there on the tennis court and have a game. Fancy a game, Norman? I hate tennis.
I thought you were in a hurry to go somewhere, Norman.
Not at all. Yes, I thought you said something about a librarians conference.
It's been canceled.
When?
About 10 seconds ago, due to lack of interest.
Bunch of these librarians. And now, where's Annie? Do you know?
She's in there. Oh, wait.
What?
She's busy. She's talking to Tom.
Well, I've come all the way to see her. She can talk to Tom anytime.
No, wait.
Oh, what made her change her mind about going? I mean, I thought the whole point of this weekend was to come down here and look after Mother, and Annie went away and had a good time somewhere. But if Annie's going to be here, I really don't see why we need to be. Well, not that I mind. I mean, it's beautiful to get out in the country. It's a lovely evening. No kids.
Where did you pack that present for Mother?
What present?
The bed jacket, the pink bed jacket. It was wrapped in tissue. Where is it?
Never set eyes on it.
What is all this you packed?
Oh, that's my game.
Well, what on earth did you bring it down here for?
Well, I invented it, and I wanted to give it a try out. I mean, nobody will play it with me at home. The kids won't play it with me. You won't play it with me. So how do I know if it works or not? Norman can give it a try.
I think Norman has had enough of games, haven't you, Norman?
Huh?
Anyway, Norman is going in a minute. Aren't you, Norman?
What is it going on between the two of you?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, yes. Well, if you're planning an affair, be sure and let me know when I can book my own vacation, huh?
Oh, well, that is that. You have forgotten to pack the present for Mother. Well, I'll just have to take her up these magazines and tell her I'll send the bed jacket later. If you knew how I hated knitting, for goodness sake.
We do. We know. Sat around all last winter and watched her with bated breath. I mean, one drop stitch and you could say goodbye to summer. Hey, one of my little men is missing.
Oh, my God.
No, my chief superintendent is at the bottom of the case.
I have no idea. Our house is just littered with little men.
She's complaining.
You're very pensive, Norman.
I'm wondering, which is the quickest and easiest way to finish myself off?
Well, don't get married. That's the long and messy one. That cat is still up there. Tom's trying to get him down. Can't be much of a vet. I mean, what sort of a vet are you when you terrify your patients into climbing trees? Nothing wrong with this basket-side manner, I'd say. What would you say, Sarah? Would you say you were a fulfilled person?
I don't know what you mean.
Are you happy?
Yes, mostly. Occasionally. Now and then, I don't know. I don't have much time to think about it. I mean, when you have a family like mine, you
Well,
have
you're
much
very
to
lucky. I can't say that Ruth and I are very happy.
Oh, yes. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you... Well, she's not the easiest person, I admit.
Yeah.
But then neither are you.
No, but I'm very warm and affectionate, you know.
Yes, so are dogs, but they don't make particularly good husbands.
Well, like me, they invariably marry lady dogs. Maybe I should leave her.
Yes, do. Please do. For my own sake, clear off completely, and whatever you do, stop pestering Annie. She doesn't want you, not really.
I suppose that you talked her out of going away with me.
I did no such thing. And as she had made up her own mind, I certainly did not encourage her. I'm going up and seeing Mother.
Oh, it was going to be a lovely weekend. We were going to meet in the village behind the post office at 7 o'clock and steal away on the bus to our
everybody. Forget everything, just lie anonymously in each other's arms. Just for a day.
We'd still be here when you got back.
I feel depressed.
Serves you right.
You've been told Tom, haven't you?
How to Annie, nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with you. You only talked her out of going.
I had just told you I did no such thing. It was Annie's idea.
Oh, Sarah, why did you talk her out of going? Please be honest with me. Why?
I had just told you why.
Hello, Annie.
You all right?
Just trying to cheer myself up.
It looks like you succeeded.
No.
Oh, Norman, I really am terribly sorry. I expect Sarah's told you.
She said you thought better of it.
Yes, I feel terrible after all the trouble you've gone to booking Bridgeport and things. It's just...
It's all right. It's all right. Oh, why did you let her talk you out of it, Annie, huh?
I didn't.
Don't tell me you wouldn't have changed your mind if she hadn't.
Well, things were getting very complicated, you see. I mean, when we were planning it last Christmas and on the phone and things, it was simple then, wasn't it? It was easy just to forget about Tom and Ruth and so on. Well, not that Tom's all that important. But after all, you are married to Ruth, and she is my sister, even if I'm not all that fond of her. Oh, but I just don't think I'm very good at pretending for very long. Sarah got it out of me in no time.
Yeah, she would.
And I don't think I'd have been much fun to be with anyway. I just have been worrying all the time. Are you curious with me?
No.
Oh, Norman, you look so miserable. I am sorry.
Don't!
What?
Don't kneel on that rug if you don't mind. It reminds me.
Oh, yes, our rug. I got the fire screen mended. Tom fixed it.
Well, what does he have to say about all of this?
Tom? Well, I don't think he knows.
He doesn't?
Well, I haven't told him.
Good.
Sarah might.
Oh, I bet she will. She said she won't, but she will. We're dropping these huge circular hints. Sarah never kept a secret in her life.
She'll have to chalk it up in huge letters. You know something, I really am very fond of Tom. Oh, but he is terribly heavy-going. It's like running uphill in roller skates. Not at all like you. Beautiful sunset, isn't it, Tom? Everything's, It's probably part of his bedside manner when he's scamping out swine fever, but it gets pretty boring over dinner. Do you like the wine, Tom? Honestly, Norman?
Yeah.
What are you going to tell Ruth?
What I was going to tell her anyway. I've been away at a conference.
Which finished early?
Something like that. We ran out of things to talk about. What does it matter? She doesn't care. She won't care. She probably thinks I'm upstairs in the attic mending the roof.
I didn't know assistant librarians had conferences.
Everybody has conferences, darling.
You'll be able to get back all right.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
What?
Oh, you look so limp. I don't did
Hello again. Excuse me. I just came in for something. What? Why, yes, what? Oh, this is it. This is it.
Do you ever get a feeling we're being watched? They're in Secret Service. Our days are numbered.
So are our minutes.
should be together. It's right. Believe me, it's right. We have right on our side. Don't you see we're not alone? We have the entire tradition of history behind us. We're not the first lovers that have ever done this. Stood up to the whole establishment and said, to hell with the status quo. We don't care what's meant to be. We mean this to be. And there's nothing that can stand in our way. I mean, not if you think about it. What is there to stop us?
Mother's pills. Well, I can't just rush away. I have to explain to them about Mother's pills.
The whole course of true love shattered. Not by the fates and not by the furies, no, but by Mother's pill.
Well, not only that.
Oh, no, that's enough. That's fine. Please do not swamp me with any more overwhelming arguments. Dear Juliet, my shoelace has come undone. Sorry, I won't be able to catch you in the tune tonight. Love, Rowena. Dear Tristan, owing to a sudden tax demand.
All right.
So that's it then?
Yes, that's it.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, God!
Glad I caught you.
Oh, it's Tom. Hello, Tom. I haven't seen you for ages. How are you?
Fine. I've just been talking to you in the garden, haven't I?
Oh, yeah. At least I think it was me.
I don't quite follow you.
Well, then again, it could have been you.
Me what?
Talking to yourself.
Norman.
Hang on, I'm getting confused here.
Anyway, my mistake.
Yes. I wanted to have a word with you.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I suppose...
No, hang on. Hang on a second, Annie. Would you mind?
Recriminations, here they come.
Oh? Well, the point is that cat still up that tree, by the way?
Hanging on grimly, as we all are.
Well, I suppose he'll come down eventually. The point is, it seems that something's been going on which I've not been let into.
Has it?
Apparently, Sarah was talking about something.
What did I tell you?
What?
Go on. So what did Sarah tell you?
Well, that's just it. I couldn't make it out.
If you could.
No, not really.
Would you both like something to drink?
Perhaps you could enlighten me.
Yes, there's a great deal. I'll be a big glass.
Annie's a bit angry with me. You know, she was planning on going away this weekend.
Yeah.
Well, reading between the lines, I think she was rather expecting old you-know-who to go along with her.
Who?
Me.
You.
Yes.
She asked you?
Very oblique.
Must have been.
Well, now she's not going, and it seems to be my fault.
It is.
You think so?
Definitely. I mean, if she's not going, it's entirely due to you.
That's what I figured. Well, here's the thing. How do I get myself out of the dog's kennel and back into the pantry? Back in her good book.
Oh. Ooh. Very difficult.
Is it?
You want my opinion?
I'd welcome it.
Well, I think she's in danger of being spoiled. She's taking you for granted.
Really?
She is taking everyone for granted. What she needs is a bit of the old boot.
Boot?
You know, a bit of the rough stuff.
Oh, come on, boot? Oh, metaphorical boot? What's that?
Tell her she's damn lucky to have you around. And the next time she's planning these little vacations for two, she can just be polite enough to ask if you'd like to come. If you don't watch it, she's going to walk all over you. A couple of sharp words, she'll jump. Tell her she looks a mess. And if she wants to be seen with you in the future, well, she just better smart herself up a bit. She looks like something that's fallen off a truck. I mean, what right has she got to promise you something and then let you down at the last minute? It served her right. If you belted her one and gave her rabies, my opinion,
great help. Please don't put yourselves out.
No.
No.
What's gotten into you two?
Nothing.
No.
Well, if you want a drink, you'll have to open them yourselves.
Well.
Parsnip or dandelion?
Oh, we have a choice.
Yes, they're both last year's. I think, though, that the parsnip is slightly mellower. The dandelion's rather lethal. Oh, there's some carrot.
Yes, don't touch the dandelion. It's a killer. I didn't mean to bring it in.
Parsnip, then?
Dandelion.
You sure?
Positive.
Well,
I have a feeling there's trouble brewing in the dining room.
Huh?
I just passed by the door and Sarah and Reg seem to be limbering up.
Well, that'll set the seal on the weekend.
As long as Mother doesn't hear them.
no, we don't want her upset.
It won't upset her. She'll insist on being carried down to the inn at the Kill. There's nothing she likes better than a good row.
In the old days, she used to start them all.
Oh, she is Sarah. She's really low, Sarah.
Even mother-in-law has her good side.
Tom's trying to go up there, aren't you?
Well,
She thinks he's a doctor.
can't get it through to her I'm a vet. She's always insisting that I take her pulse and listen to her chest, other things. It's very embarrassing.
A feel of manly hands. She knows what she's doing, don't worry.
Yes. No, I think that she does. Well, better just try this.
What's it like, Tom?
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah.
Thank you.
Dandelion?
Ah.
Well, it's clearer than usual.
Yes.
Usually I can filter it through your front teeth. It's like...
Well,
Yes. Cheers. You know, I've been thinking, it seems to me what would have been a good idea, well, it's too late this year, but some other year.
why, are you planning on bringing the world to an end shortly?
No.
Oh, Mrs. Potent.
There he is. Brewed by Mother. Last thing she did before she got sick.
She knows her spells.
What would have been rather nice.
What is it?
Bit of cork for a toad's leg. I am mute. Tongue of dog.
What would have been awfully nice is if we'd all three gone. Don't you think? I mean, well, we all get on well. It would have been rather fun.
I beg your pardon.
Right, if you and Annie and I had all three gone off on Annie's weekend.
More wine.
Separate rooms.
Oh, separate rooms.
Oh, I didn't mean anything like that. What's funny?
You are so dim. You're so completely, utterly, dismally dim.
What?
You make me mad. You're so stupid. You're boring, slow-witted, dull, and utterly stupid.
What did I say now? What did I say now?
Now's the time to know her name.
I never you ruined my weekend.
Well, all I said was
I heard you said thank you very much. I heard what you said. And Norman, just shut up. Stupid man. Ah!
And meanwhile, in the dining room, the first shots are being fired.
Oh, go away, all of you, and just leave me in peace. Oh.
she's like a tiger when she's roused in.
I wouldn't know. I've never met a tiger socially.
You know something? I think that something's gotten into her. I'm beginning to suspect that this weekend meant more to her than she's been letting on.
Yes, I'm beginning to think that too. Nous devons?
No, spoil my dinner. You should go easy on that, you know. You'll wind up here for the night.
That's a point.
Pussy. I wish they'd give that animal a name, I really do. Take it easy on that, Norman. I had a very unpleasant side reaction.
Doesn't show.
Well, I think I'll go see if I can pour oil on things. You're not going immediately, are you?
No, not immediately.
Right.
Dum diddy dum.
All right, stay over there, are you, man? If you come down, he's only going to give you a bill.
Good Lord. I think I'll stay out of there for a second. Room's positively knee-deep in home truths, if you know what I mean.
Splendid.
Back of the crackers.
Crackers?
They seem to have been throwing crackers around. Rich crackers.
My God, you can do someone an awfully nasty injury with a rich cracker.
Oh, heavens, there's that loose in there.
Do you need a... What's all this? Oh, it looks like another one of Reg's homemade games. I'll have to stay out of the way if he decides to play. Reg gets rather irritated with me. I'm awfully slow at getting the hang of the rules. Frankly, Norman, answer me something. Do I seem dim and dismal to you? I think that's what she said. Yes, dim and dismal and stupid. Do I come across as that?
No. No, Tom. I'd say that you had the good fortune to be born without a single suspicious or malicious thought in your head.
Oh, I don't know.
No, it's true, but your problem is that can get you into an awful lot of trouble, you see. Because whenever anybody feels like taking a really good swing at something, you come in extremely handy, you know what I mean? You got no comeback, you see.
I haven't noticed anyone doing that. You've got the wrong man.
No, it's true. You got to develop a comeback. I mean, I look at you standing there, and I don't think anybody's in there at all. They're somewhere else. It's like remote control.
You should take it easy on that stuff, Norman. I warned you about the dandelion.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing.
Well, I think I'll just go in and see if the dining room's cooled off a bit. I'll take them in a bottle.
Hey, want a tip?
What?
Go in there laughing.
Laughing?
Sure. There's nothing I like better in this family than a good laugh. Don't bring an air of merriment into the room.
All right, I'll give it a try. You're a good man, Norman. You know, it's a shame you're having to run off to your conference. You'll brighten the place up a bit. It's a shame. Well, I'll see you.
who's there, you see.
Oh, it's me who says that. All right. Who's there?
No. See, you say who's there. Let me start all over. Knock.
Come in. No, who's there?
There. No, we got it all wrong, Tom. Listen, start over. Knock.
Come in. No. Who's there?
That. No, you're supposed to say that who.
That who? Sorry. Come in. Who's there? That who?
No, there's no come in. Start again. Who's there? Knock.
Who's there?
That.
That who?
That kind of noise is you can't afford a bell.
Yes, I've got it. Now try it again.
That's it.
Oh, is it? Quite simple, really.
Oh, good God, look at this.
Oh. It's Norman.
Oh, really?
Is he all right?
Norman? He's out like a light.
I thought he'd gone home.
So did everyone. I mean, when the peace finally descended over the fruit and cream there, I thought we'd lost him. And Sarah's going to be pleased.
Hot way to move him.
Come on. Oh. You know, I think we really just have to leave him. He's not in anybody's way. Why, I am starving. Salad. There's one thing I can't stand when I'm hungry, it's a salad. Have you ever noticed, Tom? I mean, you start in on one side of your plate, and by the time you make it to the other, there's a fresh crop of lettuce taken root and sprouted out. You have to start all over again. And it still doesn't fill you. You finish up exhausted and hungry. That's the only thing that keeps me going when I'm eating a salad. Someday, somebody might have thought it was my birthday and given something to eat under all that vegetation. That they never do a sardine if you're lucky.
He's still breathing.
Well, that's certainly good to hear. I mean, he's enough trouble to us without dying just now, isn't he?
It's very shallow breathing. Should I take his bandana off?
Well, he doesn't breathe through his although knowing Norman, who knows? No, really, what I think I would do, Tom, is just take it down like this. Just pull it over his feet. Yeah, great. What do you think?
It's a dandelion. You see, look at that. He's had nearly a full bottle. Drowning in sorrows, I expect.
Sorrows?
Yes. Well, we were talking earlier. It was obvious that he was very disturbed.
Oh, he was?
Yes. Don't know why, I'm sure. I'll tell you something, though. I've got a theory there's probably a woman at the back of it. Man gets drunk like this, there's generally a woman. Ruth, do you think?
Possibly.
Sarah might know. She generally keeps her ear close to the ground. Better ask her.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that, Tom B.
No?
No, the point is, Sarah did whisper something to me, as a matter of fact. You see, Norman evidently had told her something confidentially.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, you see, Norman had something lined up for this evening.
Yes, his annual librarians' conference. He'll have missed that now, won't he?
No. See, it was apparently something else. He had a bit on the side.
Bit on the side.
And you know Norman, a pretty girl, and he's away.
Oh, I see. And she let him down?
Well, apparently.
I see. Any idea who she was?
No. No, not at all.
Well, that's a shame. I mean, it might have almost been worth trying to call her up and patch things up. Mind you, if she could see him like this, she'd probably feel she made the right decision.
I never know the house ringing up a blazing row or who's going to make the coffee. Oh, no! Norman? What's the matter with him?
He's had an overdose.
An overdose of what? Norman, wake up. Norman.
Dandelion wine.
What?
He's drunk too much of it, that's all.
You mean he's just drunk?
Oh, give the girl a prize.
Norman, you idiot, get up. Look at him, he's disgusting. Sarah will be delighted to see him. I thought he'd gone home.
No, well, we were just saying he's probably like this because of his bit on the side.
What is?
Yes, you know Norman, any pretty girl. He had some bit on the side lined up for this weekend. She went and ditched him.
Oh, did Norman tell you that?
No.
You just said he did.
Well, yes, he did.
Yes,
but what-
he did.
All right, you drunken slob, get up!
Annie, I really wouldn't do too much if I were you. That would...
Wouldn't you? But I would.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shock you, telling you that. Did I shock you?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Anyway, that's why he's drunk. He's been let down.
Why his bit on the side of lucky him?
He's still up there. It's the cat. I think he's staging some sort of a protest. I think I'll just go turn on the outside light if you don't mind. Might encourage him down after it gets dark.
Sarah making the coffee, is she?
Oh, she was fighting for the privilege, literally.
It's a lovely evening out. Really quite something. You know, I don't think I altogether got the point of that bet joke.
Never mind. Never mind.
You haven't been telling him jokes again.
Well, I tried my best, yes.
You never learn, do you? And no more rows between you and Sarah, please.
I didn't do anything. I mean, I was just standing there and she flung this box of crackers at me. Oh, don't talk about crackers. I am stalled.
You probably had good calls.
Nonsense.
Must remember to mother her medicine in 15 minutes.
I like this, you know, you could really fancy going out and sleeping under the stars. Used to do that when I was at college.
Didn't have a roof then, huh?
Yes. I went into vacation. Used to get my tent and bicycle off somewhere.
Oh, yes, that sounds great. A group of you get together
No, I mostly went on my own. Preferred it that way. I did take someone some one year, but we didn't really hit it off. He was very ebullient. I think that's the word. I don't honestly think that you can possibly share a small tent for any length of time with someone who's ebullient. I remember he used to lie there in his sleeping bag night after night, whistling under his breath. Maddening. It was no good saying anything to him because he had this frightful temper. He couldn't bear it if you criticized him. He'd take it very personal, practically go berserk. I remember once he threw a whole canvas washstand on.
biscuits at me and those crackers, I could be eating them right now.
Norman, shut up. Oh, well, here we are. Sorry I took so long. Someone put the glasses away without rinsing them. They shall remain. What is that? Oh, my God. Really just not have this, Norman. Norman, get up this instant. Do you hear it? Get up.
He can't hear you. He's bubbling over with dandelion wine.
Revolting. Well, we cannot leave him there.
Oh, just leave him. He's not in anybody's way.
Well, yes, he is. I will not sit down and have coffee with that all over the floor.
Well, just what are we supposed to do with him?
All right, that's enough. We'll move him. That's enough. Tom?
Oh,
Can you give me a hand?
No, all right, I'll do it.
All right, have an arm. I thought it might be nice if we could just sit and have a pleasant sip civilized conversation.
Civilized?
Yes, why not?
We couldn't have a civilized conversation if we tried. I mean, look at you just now. You were just back there pouring the coffee, and there was practically a civil war.
Well, I am not playing your sitting game, and that is final. I think I quite enjoy a game. What? Yes, and you're Tom. What is Tom?
No.
You like to play Reggie's game, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Of course you don't, do you, Tom? Of course you do, don't you, Tom?
well,
Well, if you're sure you'd like to.
Tom?
oh, all right.
You, going to play, Sarah?
Well, yes, I suppose, but of course between that and sitting all on my own.
You get a chair, Tom.
I'm not going to play it for long, though. I think I'm going to have an early evening.
Oh, it's all right. It's a rather quick game.
Oh, yes, I've heard that one before.
That last one of yours we played was rather complicated.
Oh, you mean the mountaineering one?
Yes, I seem to remember I kept running out of Sherpas.
You didn't buy enough Sherpa parts to start the game, and you needed the Sherpas to carry your oxygen.
Yes, I ran out of that as well. My whole expedition was a total wreck.
Well, let's play this game, shall we, for a go or two?
Yes, all right. Well, sit where you like. Sarah, you go there. And, Tom.
Oh, I cannot sit here. The board is upside down. I can't read it.
Sit here.
Oh, it's all right. You can sit here.
No. It's very simple. I'll just turn it around.
Oh, but then you can't read it.
I don't need to read it. I know it.
I think I can read it sideways all right.
Oh, very exciting. What are these?
Oh, no. Don't touch, please.
Sorry.
Well, I'll explain.
Yes, well, I hope it doesn't take all the evening.
Right.
Oh, and it won't.
Well, this is the board here. Tom, are you going to play or not?
Yes, just go slowly, won't you? I'm not awfully quick at this sort of thing.
You don't say.
Well, I do my best. My best.
Just listen, right? Listen very carefully. Now, this board here represents the street map of a city. Now, all of these brown areas here are buildings.
Building.
Now, as you can all see, they are marked very clearly as to what they are. Along here, we have the grocers, and the school, and the candy store, the outbuilders, the outfitters, the jewelers.
Hey, what's this here? Coup. What's a coup?
Co-op.
Oh, all right. Sorry, reading sideways, you see. All right, don't go on at me, don't go on at me. There's a good girl.
Well, honestly, you're so slow.
Well, and all of these areas marked in gray are the roads.
This is far too complicated to learn in one evening.
Uncomplicated if you listen. Now, the object of the game is as follows.
I think it takes an hour just to read.
Listen, what you... terrible dream. No, I did.
Are you all right, Lauren?
There was this big black shape and it was following it like a car and it was making this buzzing noise.
We're playing a game at the moment.
And you know how it is when you're in a dream. I mean, I was trying to get away from it, but your feet won't move. That was a terrible dream you were in, Sarah.
I do want to lie down for a minute. Oh, you can use my bed. I'll make up the spare one later. Oh, no, he can sleep on the spare one. No, it's not made up. But then I will just make it
God bless you and keep you.
Daddy, do you think it is wise in speaking to Ruth? No idea. It will probably upset her more than ever. Probably.
Are you going to play or not, Sarah?
Oh, yes, all right. Let's get it over and done with. Tom, move.
Oh.
We haven't even started.
Sit over there.
Now then, the object of the game with 4 people is as follows. 2 of us will represent the police, and 2 of us the criminals.
Hello, Lucas North.
Now, the object of the criminals is
Yes.
planning successful raiding on any shop they choose.
Your mother's, of course it's your mother. I mean, how the hell can I be in my mother? She's been dead for 10 years. Well, don't say it in that tone. Norman! Hold on, what?
Keep it down a bit. Thank you. Now, as I just said, criminals with him. Is that clear so far?
It's perfectly clear. Do get on with it.
Wait, I don't think Tom's quite right. You follow it?
Well, I think so. The police and crooks, yes. The bit that still worries me is this river. It seems to be running straight through the co-op. Is that right?
It runs underneath. Underneath.
Oh, I see. Better not shop in the basement.
I said there was something fixed up!
I'm trying to get on with it. Now then, the police can spot the criminals in the following ways. They have these 3 cars here.
Did you make that, Red?
Yes, I did. There. Now, the police cars can run on the roads, but not in the buildings.
Oh, that's a relief.
Now, the police cars can see criminals up to 20 spaces ahead of them and 4 spaces on either side. But they cannot see around corners, and they cannot see behind them.
Why can't they see behind them?
Because they can't, that's why.
Otto, don't park behind the police car.
Love. Letting you know, you ever felt love for a single human being in your home?
Yes, now, the police also have this fellow. This is the chief superintendent. Now, this fella here can see up to 3 spaces ahead of him and 3 spaces around the corner.
Useful chap in a crisis.
How can a man see 3 spaces ahead of him and 3 spaces around the corner?
Because he's got a very long neck. That's It's just a game, woman.
But it is not even realistic.
What's that got to do with it?
What sort of a game is it if it isn't even realistic?
Well, what about chess, huh? Now, chess isn't very realistic, is it? Now, what's wrong with chess?
Chess, you know.
In chess, you have horses jumping sideways. You ever seen a horse? Excuse me, would you? In chess, you have horses jumping like this. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. Oh, that's just very realistic, I must say, Sarah.
You have made your point, Red.
You have bishops walking diagonally, just like this.
Don't hang up on me, Ruth. Listen. Oh, who is this? Mother, what are you doing on the line? Mother! Look, if you don't get off the line, I'm going to come up there and I'm going to sort you out personally. Lester, what did you say? Go away, go away. What? Look, would you both shut up for a second? Let me get a word in it. Okay, Mother. I'm going to come up there. I'm going to wrap it around your neck. Mother!
monopoly had this much trouble, Tom?
It's difficult to concentrate. Good grief.
What's that?
There's a heck of a rumpus on the extension, practically cutting their heads off. Hello, who's this? Oh, hello, Ruth. It's Tom. Yes, Tom. Fine. How are you? Oh. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, I'm sorry, yes. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yes. Yes, how dreadful. Yes.
French, for goodness sake, leaving us to cope with Norman. He's practically attacked Mother. He's out
Well, I
of
just
control.
don't see how we really could have been.
Tom!
Oh, hang on a second, Ruth. What?
Tom, stop standing there looking so useless and do something for once in your life.
What?
I've never met anyone so useless.
Well, now look here. I wish you'd stop going on me like this. I mean, you're damn lucky to have me around, you know?
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Every time that anything goes wrong, you seem to take it out on me. Well, it's just not very nice. It really isn't. I mean, first it's your vacation, and then it's Norman. I just don't like it, that's all.
Won't somebody please?
And another thing, the next time that you're planning a vacation or two, perhaps you'd be polite enough to be good enough to ask me along.
You have gone to hell with her.
And if you want to be seen with me, then you should smarten yourself up a bit. You're a mess, you know. You look like something that's fallen off the car.
Norman!
She hung up on me. She hung up on me.
Well, I'm going home. I'm fed up. Just count yourself lucky that I don't belt you one and give you ratings.
My time coming down here. Norman makes these gestures regularly, and every time I fall for them. We've been married for 5 years. I think I ought to know better. As a result of his hysterical phone call last night, I have not been able to do a stroke of work today, and will probably lose my job tomorrow when I finally turn up. You know, I almost wish to heavens he'd gone to Bridgeport with Annie, had his weekend and got it over with, instead of involving everyone else. Mind you, that would be much too simple for Norman. No point in making a gesture unless there's an appreciative crowd to applaud him on. Let me go back now. I think I'll go to bed in a minute.
You know, I'm really amazed that you two are still together.
Well, I think other people's marriages are invariably a source of amazement. They usually are to me. I mean, you and Sarah. Found. It's the people you look at and say, well, they'll never make it, who cling on grimly to death. Maybe they're so aware of public opinion they're determined to prove it wrong. You and Sarah, me and Norman, Annie and the Tom man. So I think Norman has successfully knocked that on the head.
Well, Tom's gone home then, has he?
I saw him stamping off into the night. Probably the most constructive thing Norman's done in a long time. Saved Annie from a fate worse than marriage. A sort of eternal engagement.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, Tom's nice enough.
Not nice enough for her. God's house. I feel like getting a paintbrush and going over it with red and orange and bright blue. It's like a brown museum, a very dirty brown museum. I mean, look at it, just look at it. And people wonder why I can't stand pink.
You can't expect Annie to...
No, I don't expect expect Annie to do anything. She's got enough to cope with with that evil woman upstairs.
You never got on with Mother either, did you?
No, I never liked her. She never liked me. Mutual.
You know, we were saying earlier that you and Mother were rather alike.
Maybe.
Well, you know, I wouldn't say that Sarah and I were all together incompatible. I mean, we have our differences. I wouldn't try and hide that. But 6 of 1, she's pretty good with the children on her good days. She's very helpful around the house, better than you or Annie would be, or Mother.
Well, she does have the advantage of you running around in circles for her.
Oh, that's all right. I don't mind. Actually, I prefer being told what to do. In fact, I often thought if nobody told me what to do, I wouldn't do anything at all. I remember once Annie went away, her father took ill, and she went away for a couple of weeks and took the children with her, left me there in the house all by myself. You know, I could actually feel myself gradually slowing down. It's extraordinary. I mean, it was as if she had wound me up before she left, and then I just slowly wound down. I mean, by the time she got back, I hardly even had the energy to take in the milk. Sarah reckons I have some rare tropical disease. She calls it a Burmese inertia or something like that. Oh, well, I mean, it is best to be calm with Sarah. I mean, any violent movement for me, she's nodding her head reproachably for days. She's like one of those little toy poodles in the back seats of cars. Oh, well, it works out all right those days.
Well, who's washing up?
Nobody. I'm not, so nobody is. I've done quite enough this weekend. I'm not doing any more. Good for you.
I'll do it in a minute.
No, don't. You did it last night. Somebody else can do it.
You're looking at me.
Or Norman, or Sarah. I don't know who ever does anything in your house. You and Norman are both as bad as each other. What are you doing?
Trying to read.
You can't read like that. It's resting on your nose.
I like the smell of newsprint.
Why don't you wear your glasses?
I can manage, thank you.
Or if you don't like glasses, you can get contact lenses.
I tried them. They don't work.
Of course they do.
They weren't designed for people who share a house with Norman. Life with him is full of sudden, unexpected eye movements. They kept falling out. Where did you get these dreadful magazines?
They're Sarah's.
Oh, I do beg your pardon.
Tom gone home, has he?
Yes.
Yeah. He'll be back, I'm sure.
I doubt it. Even he has a limit.
Oh, don't worry. He'll be...
It's not altogether our fault if he doesn't come back.
What? After the way everybody's treated him? All right, I know I haven't been particularly nice either, but that's different. You know, I don't know why I'm so mean to him sometimes. It's just that when you're fond of someone, well, you are enough to worry what other people think of them. You want them to be something they're simply not capable of being, which is very unfair to expect of them, really. Look, I mean, he's Tom, isn't he? That's one of the best things about him. He's always Tom. He never pretends. He never puts on an act for anybody.
No, he's always Tom. You're right there.
Well, it's better than living with an emotional Big Dipper like Norman.
Depends on your taste, doesn't it?
Well, I know which I prefer.
Well, I should stick to it then, if I were you.
Right? Sorry, we have been through that. Norman caught me when I was very depressed, the tail end of that awful Christmas. Oh, he asked me at a time when I hardly even knew what I was doing.
There's no need to explain. Norman is an expert at timing, whatever else. He proposed to me on a crowded elevator. It was total blackmail. He sounded so appealing, he won the sympathy of everyone round him. Had I been heartless enough to refuse him, they probably would have thrown me down the elevator. I managed to stall him from 3 floors, and then the elevator man said, "Sorry, folks, nobody gets off till the little lady says yes." I remember that was the first time I really felt like strangling Norman.
It's very romantic. proposed to Sarah out there in the garden under the big tree.
Oh, yes, we know. We watched it through the window.
We weren't going to tell him.
Oh, what's it matter now? Sarah was all wobbly and quivering and trying to make up her mind. And Booth kept saying, say no.
Thank you very much.
Oh, must remember to see the mother in a minute.
It's not too tactless a question. How long is she going to remain like that?
Oh, forever. Well, till she dies.
Is that what Dr. What's-his-name says?
Whitman says there's no reason she shouldn't last for years. Well, most of it's psychosomatic. We knew that anyway. She just has no desire to get up, no reason to, so she doesn't. It's very sad, really. You know, her whole life was centered around men, and when they lost interest in her, she lost interest in herself. I hope I never get like that.
No danger, don't worry.
Oh, well, yes, I'm not quite pleasant to talk.
I mean that. Thank God you can see a bit further than she ever could. Oh, that woman never had a thought in her head in her life. I mean, look at her lying up there reading those dreadful books.
I'm afraid if I'm here alone with her much longer, I might start to get like her. You know, I went up to her this afternoon. I had this dress on, a bit of makeup. She was so gleeful. She thought at last her propaganda was beginning to have an effect.
Well, we'll try and come down more often. But I've got Norman, and Reg has got Mrs. Reg and all the little Reggies. Try, Mrs. Reg.
Oh, yes, I'll see what Sarah can arrange.
Well, nice and quiet for once. Yes. What are you doing, Reg?
I'm just,
Oh, haven't you got anything to do?
doing something.
Well, don't be too antisocial, will you? I've got Norman doing the washing up.
You've what?
You've really been working the charm. No, I just had to say, would he be very kind since I really wasn't feeling up to it, and he was perfectly agreeable.
Well, you must pass on the secret. Everything that can fall to bits in our house is done so. All the doorknobs come off in your hands. None of the cupboards open. 3 of the windows are shut. The refrigerator needs a plug. And on wet days, we have to climb out the front room window to get to work because the front door warps when it rains. I could probably do it myself, but I'd be damned if I'm going to.
Well, if you don't mind my saying so, I think that you just handled Norman wrongly. And if you ask him nicely, he is very willing and helpful. That's good coming from you. You always say he's impossible. Well, I think we overestimate Norman. What have you been up to out there? What do you mean?
Better change the subject.
But I do not know what you mean.
Hey, it's the domestic man.
Liberated to the kitchen.
Just sling it up off the cupboard.
Just sling it.
Just gently, Norman. Don't get carried away.
Right out, Chief.
What a revolting sight. You got the swab I married.
How straight him at last.
That, I doubt. Well, on that awful picture, I'm going to bed. Which room was Norman untidying last night?
His spare room. Reggie's old one.
Right. Tell Norman if he wants to join us, he may, but I'd prefer if he came on his own. May I borrow this to read?
Well, all right.
It's so gruesome it should frighten me to sleep. Night all.
You want to call in the morning?
If you sleep with Norman, you wake at dawn. Be warned.
Night.
Good night. Night. Personally, I think that she just handles Norman wrongly. I mean, if she would just be nice to him, he is very, very willing and helpful, I'll tell you. Now, don't let one success go to your head. Let's face it, Ruth has always had difficulty getting along with anybody. I mean, most of the time she doesn't even try, but any man who has had been married to her...
Good night.
She did that deliberately.
Well, I think with that I'll follow on. Do try and get an early night to do out by the drive in the morning.
Would you mind turning on the electric blanket for me, dear?
Oh, yes.
Would you like a hot water bottle as
Oh,
well?
no, it's too mild for a bottle. I just want to get the chill off the sheets. They seemed a bit damp last night.
Good night.
No. Night, Red.
Good night, Annie.
Well, I just don't know when we'll get down here again. It seems we're all booked up until Christmas. Oh, well, if you can, you know. It would be so much easier if we could bring the children, you know.
Well, do. There's room for them.
Oh, no, they'd disturb Mother.
No, they wouldn't. She'd love to see
Oh,
them.
no, really, they're much too noisy. And besides, Gerald gets very nervous if he doesn't sleep in his own bed. No. We'll just wait until Christmas and see if Mother feels any better.
Oh, gee. Hope Tom isn't too upset.
Don't know. I expect he'll be back.
Expect so.
I mean, you must realize it wasn't anything too serious between you and Norman.
See?
I mean, as Norman says, it was just some idiotic idea of his. Is that what he said? Oh, yes, he was just saying in the kitchen that it was nothing in the least serious at all. He just thought you looked a bit tired and fed up and thought you needed a change. Act of charity, really. Is that what he said? Yes, nothing for Tom to get jealous about.
No.
Look, Annie, why don't you go upstairs? It's bed early for once.
Well, I have to see the mother first.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you just let me go to see Mother, and then you can get to bed early? All right.
I warn you, you may have to read to her.
Oh, I don't mind. I'll read to her.
You wait till you see what she reads.
All right. Well, go on, honey. Get up. Let's go.
Yes, I'm going.
Well, what does Mother do for now?
9:30, 2 greens and a pink, if she'll swallow it. Try and persuade her to. Well, she's got this thing about the pink ones for some reason. She says they make her giddy.
All right. 2 green and 1 pink. Are you coming?
Yes, I'm coming.
Well, don't say it too late now.
Good night. Night.
Oh, hell.
Read it. If I haven't read it. On the wall over the draining board, there's a hook.
A hook, right. Everybody gone to bed?
Yes?
Too bad, I'm slaving away out there. Has Ruth gone to bed?
Yes, she says you're welcome to join her.
Oh.
Which is very reasonable of her, really. I don't think I'd be as generous.
You really have gone off me, haven't you?
Just a bit, Norman, yes.
What can I do?
I think we better not talk about it. I think we better just keep out of each other's way. We'll be going home tomorrow morning, and then we can forget about the whole thing.
I was going to take you away, you know.
I don't want to discuss it,
Well,
Norman.
I was ready. I had it all planned. It was you.
Good
and
night.
you said, hey, Annie, just a second. I didn't mean to mess things up for you and Tom. I really didn't.
Oh, it's all right, you didn't.
It's gone off.
Well, I did that
And
myself.
why are you blaming me for it?
Because, as I say, Norman, I feel like I've been taking part in one of Reggie's games. Only in this case, you and Ruth are making up all the rules as you go along.
What's Ruth got to do with it? You never would have known.
Oh, until you phoned her.
Well, I only phoned her when you changed your mind. I was upset. I got drunk. I'm sorry, Annie. I wanted this weekend for you. I really did. I wanted it to be a...
An act of charity?
What?
Nor do I like you discussing me in the kitchen with Sarah. Think not you taking pity on me, for God's sake?
Now, who told you this?
Sarah did. If you want any secrets kept in the future, don't tell Sarah.
I only told her that to calm her down. You know what Sarah's like. She gets herself all...
I'm not, Norman. I'm going to have...
I really was looking forward to our weekend, Annie.
So was I.
Sorry.
It's not all your fault.
Another time, maybe?
Oh, not on your life.
Oh, I don't know. somewhere on the table next year if I booked early enough.
Oh, Norman.
Not that there's anything really wrong with Bridgeport.
Good night, Norman. What?
Can I kiss you goodnight?
No!
Can I kiss you goodbye then, please?
Norman, you are definitely evil. Not, no.
Please?
No! No.
Please?
No, you are not going to have a kiss. All right. Come on, then. Well, come and get it if you want it.
Well, I'm not going to say it like that.
Well, how am I supposed to say it then?
Well, nicely, like you did at Christmas.
All right, Norman. Kiss me.
No. Over here first on our right.
No.
Come on, just a kiss, I promise.
I don't trust you.
Look, I'm holding a saucepan. I only have one hand.
I think, remember, you can do a lot with one hand.
Promise.
Just one kiss?
Yes.
All right. Good night and goodbye, Norman.
Night.
Not funny. Do you ever realize, Norman, the number of times in the day I could lose my ticket with you and Dorothy? I usually manage by some supreme effort of will to control it. Well, this time I am quite unable to. Do you understand what I am saying, Norman? I am simply bloody livid. How could you do that to me? Don't you think it was bad enough for me at Christmas to lie there ill in bed, knowing you were down here playing around with not one woman, but two?
I wasn't playing with two.
Why do you do it, Norman? Don't you have any feeling for me at all?
I don't know. I'm just
Just what?
magnetic or something.
You are not, not at all. You are odious. You are conceited, odious, self-centered, selfish, inconsiderate, and shallow.
I'm not shallow.
Have you anything to say to me? Anything at all?
It's my robe you have on, isn't it?
I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. And stop looking at me like that.
What?
Giving me that awful doggy look of yours. It may work wonders on others, but it does nothing for me. I've seen it far too much. Well, I think this is it. I think this is where we say thank you very much, goodbye. It was just one of those things.
Trip to them.
Not funny, not a complete fool. Where are you, Norman? I can't see you. Oh, no, I think you're just contemptible.
Right. I'm sorry.
Don't.
I am.
Let go of my shoulder.
I am.
Will you let go of my shoulder?
Why?
Because I don't want you touching me.
So, you want me to go?
I think it's the only thing left.
For you.
And for you. You obviously were not made to be married. You never were. Stupid of me to try to make you behave like a husband in the first place. You'd be much happier if you were perfectly free, flitting from woman to woman as the mood takes you.
I don't do
You'd
that.
like to.
I know the real reason.
Reason for what?
Why you want to get rid of me? Because I interfere with your work. That's the real reason.
Talk about turning conversation. You really are the limit.
Well,
It's not true either.
well, which comes first?
You
Work
do.
or me?
Did?
Work or me?
I said you.
Work or
We're not
me?
going on with this.
Yeah, you can't, because you know it's not true.
No, we'll talk about this in the morning. You can sleep down here.
Where?
I don't know, in a chair. You're certainly not coming up with me. I refuse to be number 3 in the night.
Nothing happened, you know. I mean, they both just started fighting. I was saying goodnight to Annie, and Sarah attacked
Oh,
her.
yes, really, how interesting. That sounds so terribly likely.
Well, that's true. You're the only one, Ruth. You know
I
that.
certainly don't.
Well, you should know that. You should know me by now. I mean, this whole weekend was for you.
For me. Oh. How do you mean it was for me?
Well, it was a gesture for you.
Really?
Of course it was. You know that.
You know, I don't think you're any of the things I said you were. You're just stupid.
Possibly.
You just don't think you want monkey enough? Well, all right.
What?
Come on. Come upstairs if you're coming. I must be halfway to the still. Come on.
Just a second.
What?
Come over here for a minute.
What more?
Come over here for a minute.
Why?
Closer. Closer.
No, I'm not in the mood for me.
Closer. Closer. Yes. I love you.
You really love me. Laura, what are you doing?
It's a wonderful idea.
What?
On the rug. Come on the rug.
No.
Yeah, come on the rug.
No. What? Norman, please. Norman. Oh, Norman.
Is it nice on the rug?
It's nice on the rug.
I told you, honey. I'll tell you what. This can be our rug.
Norman, wake up. Wake up.
Morning.
No, Norman.
Morning, Reg.
Don't unroll the roll. Don't unroll the wait. You don't have to stand there gaping, do you, Reg?
Oh, no. Sorry. Morning.
Oh, gee, wait.
Ready?
Wait, there goes. Norman, you fool. I wish you wouldn't say anything to anyone, Red. I don't think I could live it down.
No. No.
Norman, you fool, why didn't you wake up?
Yes, my wife and I seem to have come to an agreement.
Good. Lovely morning. Ooh, I'm sleeping on my leg. I wouldn't tell anybody about this, Reg. Oh, no.
Otherwise, they'll all want to do it. Well, I don't think I fancy it for my bid, despite the wife. So, you're off then? Well, she does seem to be hurrying me along. Yes, I guess so. Listen, do you know what was wrong with her last night? Who? Sarah, who came to bed shaking. I mean, I've never seen it so bad. Literally shaking. It was like sleeping on top of a spin dryer. Must have been all the overexcitement. What overexcitement? No idea. There hasn't been too much of that this weekend, now has there? Well, I mean, the same old arguments, but that's par for the course, huh? I must say, on the whole, I've really enjoyed the rest, huh?
Yeah, it's nice to get out to the country occasionally.
You're right there. You're right.
Reg, have you got... Oh, yes. Oh.
Morning.
Reg, what are you doing?
Backing up?
We are not taking that game home again with us, are we?
Well, I'm not going to leave it here. It took me 3 months to
We
make.
never have time to play it.
Oh, well, that's all right. See, I think I've adapted it so I can play on my own now.
But you promised to take those magazines up to Mother, Reg.
Oh, yes, I will. I think I'll have my breakfast first.
Yes, and we cannot waste too much time over that either. Excuse me.
What's the hurry, huh? We seem to be in a hurry. Well, it doesn't appear as though she's forgiven you by the look of it.
No.
That's Sarah. She's got a long memory. It'll be a few months before you're back in good favor.
Well, I'll go in and try and win her around.
Yeah. No chance. You'll be told when you're forgiven and not before. It's amazing. She can remember to stay mad at me for days. I mean, if we get in a fight in the morning, I'll go to work, and by the time I get home at night, I've forgotten all about it. Well, that is until I open up the front door. Then it hits you just straight away. You know what I mean? Atmosphere like a bowling pin. Well, she has got great emotional stamina, no question.
Well, so have I.
Well, you'll need it. Good luck. Ah, breakfast. Morning. Oh, it's another lovely day, huh?
Oh?
Lovely.
Yes. I'm afraid I flew off the handle last night.
Oh, don't worry.
I shouldn't think I'd be very welcome here today.
Oh, why ever not? Don't worry.
Didn't sleep at all. Turning it over in my mind, you know? I mean, let's face it. What claim have I got to Annie? None at all. I mean, why should I kick up a fuss if someone else wants to?
Well, it's human nature, Tom. It's only natural.
Well, I shouldn't have blown my top.
Oh, I really don't think a lot of people honestly noticed.
I was very boorish.
Oh, well, yes.
Oh, hello.
Hello?
There's a little breakfast in there if you want it, Reg.
Oh, right.
Not a lot, but,
Well, I guess I'll just take these up to Mother, otherwise Sarah will be on me again. Excuse me, won't you?
Yes. I really should be on my way, you know. I was just...
Tom, stay a minute.
All right. Yes, fine. All right. I came by to apologize, really.
What for?
Well, for last night, losing my temper, general things.
Well, no need to apologize.
No, there isn't. That's what everyone keeps telling me, but still, I think that an apology is due. I came to give it. To you.
Well, thank you.
Well.
Do you want something to eat?
Oh, well, if there's something on, won't say no. Didn't feel much like eating when I woke up this morning. Felt a bit sick.
Oh, come on, then.
Do you think that they'll welcome me in there?
Why ever not? Oh, come on.
Oh, Ruth.
Good morning, you're bright and early.
Yes, Ruth. Nothing.
Nothing's wrong. Come on.
Thank you.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Bett. Oh. Oh, you're dressed.
Well, I wasn't going home in your dressing gown. I've come up in a rash. I think it was from the rug.
Really, that's unusual.
What do you mean unusual? Do you make a habit of rolling people on the rug?
Oh, you look fabulous this morning.
I look simply dreadful. I couldn't see my face. I haven't had a bath. I feel terrible.
I love that outfit. It's great.
Same one I had on yesterday. I only brought one with me. I didn't plan to spend the night on the hearth. I suppose you want me to drive you home now? I have to go to work, you know.
Well, you have to go home first. You can't go to work like that. You look a mess.
You're supposed to be at work, too.
Oh, haven't you heard? I've been suddenly taken very sick.
I'm amazed they get you on.
I'm a very good librarian, that's why. I know where all the dirty parts are in the book.
Well, we better say goodbye.
Oh, no breakfast?
You can get something at home. If there is anything, which I doubt.
What would you do if I asked you a favor?
What sort of favor?
Would you take a day off and stay at home?
No.
Not even with me?
Especially not with you. Please. No, Norman, I have a full-time job. I just can't.
I could call up for her. I could say you were sick.
No.
Oh, why can't you be sick for one? I know, I'll pretend I'm a doctor. What's that? Yes, I'm calling on behalf of Miss Norman Jewett. I've just examined this woman on the rug. She has an ugly rash, and in my opinion, she is in great need of some attention. Attention from whom, you may ask?
Norman.
Yes.
Norman.
Are you happy?
What?
Don't I make you happy at all?
Well,
Come on, say you're happy.
why? Is it important?
Yes. I want you to be happy. I want everybody to be happy. I want to make everybody happy. It's my mission in life.
Yes, all right, Norman. Well, let's not worry about other people too much. Just concentrate on making me happy, will you? The other people will have to try to be happy without you, won't they?
But are you happy?
Yes, I'm fairly happy.
And you might possibly feel ill. I mean, if we drove very fast on the way home.
Somebody made you hot coffee, made the bed, threw you a hot bath, put in the mystery bubble.
Yes, I might.
How are you feeling?
Dreadful.
Oh, Christ,
Well, I think that we're all ready to go.
one piece of toast. How can I drive on one piece of toast?
Darling, we'll stop at McDonald's. Now that you eat up everything. I think so. Oh, Ray, should you take the sponge bag outside, huh?
Yes, yes,
I'm going to see if I can start the car.
Right.
Oh, you don't have to put all that on.
I prefer to travel incognito.
Not even yours.
Oh, yeah. Annie, can I borrow this, please?
Well, you might as well. Father doesn't need it anymore.
Doesn't even fit him.
I could use with a new executive suit.
Oh. Goodbye. Goodbye, Ruth. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Annie.
Sarah? Bye, Ruth. I'm in the car. I'm leaving in 10 seconds.
Right. So long, Rad.
Goodbye, Norman. Have a great journey. I hope to see you at Christmas.
Like the mistletoe.
Norman!
Coming! My bag. Is that it over there?
He's just coming, Ruth. He's just coming.
Goodbye, Annie.
Goodbye.
Listen. She seems to have forgiven me rather quickly. What did you say to her?
Nothing, I just cheered her up a bit. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Annie.
Norman, I have left.
I must say it is nice to see him, but I am quite glad it's only twice a year.
Oh, well, Annie, I think it's time to... Oh, goodbye. Take care. And you. You don't mind if I don't come and see you off? I must be getting back to Tom. He's sitting there waiting for me. He's decided he'd like something to eat after all. Yes, you go back to Tom.
Listen, I told Tom not to worry about this weekend. I mean, I did like to tell him that, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay. I just hope everything works out for you.
Expect so. Norman's having to push that car of theirs.
Listen, if you want to take Tom out there in the garden, sit him under that big tree. It's a nice place for a proposal out there.
Well, it worked for you.
Yes.
I'll try it one of these days. Bye-bye. Goodbye, Annie, dear. I am fond of this garden, even though it's overgrown.
Well, it's
Look at Norman. What does he think he's doing?
well, it could use a bit of work. I thought they were still paying somebody to look after. That old man, though, he's worse than useless. Nobody watches him so he doesn't take a stroke.
Well, as long as the sun is shining, I am happy.
Are you?
Well, yes, why shouldn't I be? Can you manage those here?
It's just about. Well, no reason. No reason at all.
I wonder what Martha's Vineyard would be like this time of year.
Martha's Vineyard?
Yes.
Well, what suddenly made you think of Martha's Vineyard?
Oh, I don't know. It just occurred to me.
You don't want to go to Martha's Vineyard, do you?
Not now.
Yes, I thought we were going home.
Not now. Next year, perhaps. I think I'd rather fancy it.
All right, if it'll make you happy, I'll take you.
Oh, no, there's no need. I could go easily on my own, dear.
On your own?
Yes. You know, leave you in peace for a bit. Just for a weekend. It'd be rather nice to get away for a weekend.
Don't know why you'd want to go to Martha's Vineyard. I mean, why not Hyannispool to Block Island? Someplace closer to home, for that matter, like Bridgeport.
to say